Hey guys, Shane here again with one shift at a time. How you doing tonight? We're gonna try something different again. Tonight we're, as I said, about the halfway point of the season, so I thought let's do the biggest surprises slash disappointments of the 2020-2021 season. So here we are, number 5. This is definitely more of a disappointment. I don't think it's as much as a surprise, but we have Erik Karlsson. He is definitely one of the biggest disappointments over the last 2 or 3 years. Since coming to San Jose from Ottawa, of course, he has been average at best. Unfortunately, his contract demands that he is a lot better than average. He is an $11.5 million cap hit over the next 6 years. 6 years! And he's already playing this bad. That actually makes him the fourth highest player in the NHL. Can you believe it? So a lot is expected, not only defensively but offensively, because of those kind of dollars. His current offensive output is a paltry 0.31 points per game, so he gets one every 3 games. He has battled injuries since he's got San Jose, especially groin injuries, and it seems to have taken his toll, because he's saying he's 100% now, but it does not look like it. He does not seem to have that dangerous, lethal breakout speed that he once had, that made him one of the most lethal two-way players in the game. No, now he just is. He is a good defenseman, but for what you're paying him, you need a lot more than that. Number 4 is going to be a positive surprise, and that's Tyler Toffoli. Last year in Vancouver, he was not bad. He had a respectable 24 goals, 20 assists for 44 points in 68 games. Of course, that was a shortened season. Vancouver Canucks let Montreal sign him, though, as a free agent, so he packed his bags and went to Montreal, and ever since he's been there, he's definitely been a Canuck killer, including the very first night back, where he was able to score a hat-trick against his former club. So far this year, he's off to a stellar start. He's got 18 goals, 9 assists for 27 points in 30 games. Unfortunately, he is out with a lower body injury currently, but now, as of last night, the whole team went down with COVID precautions. So he is going to probably, because they're missing the next 2 games against Edmonton and then one against Ottawa, he might actually be fully recovered before missing too much time, so that actually might work in his favor. Number 3, we're going to have the resurgence of Marc-Andre Fleury. This is quite remarkable. Last season, a lot of people had written him off. He was, a 36-year-old goalie. He'd lost his starting position in Vegas after going 27, 16, and 5 with a 277 goals against average and a 900 save percentage. That cleared the way for Robin Leonard to totally steal the crease, and he never looked back. He owned it right through the playoffs until they were eliminated. This year, it's unfortunate that Leonard did get a concussion, but Marc-Andre Fleury has been able to step in to the crease. Oh, sorry. Last year also, Marc-Andre Fleury's agent posted that horrible picture of the sword through his back with his coach's name on it. Like, a lot of people thought that was a sign of things being over. It was definitely a downward spiral. As I said, this season, Leonard had that unfortunate concussion, which has allowed Fleury to show that he's not done, and he sure has. He's 16-6-0 with a 1.93 goals against and a 9.31 save percentage. He also leads the league with 4 shutouts. He's not only fully bouncing back, he's on his way to have the best year of his career. So that one is definitely a positive surprise. And now we are going to go on to a positive team surprise, and that is in the number 2 position, and that is the Florida Panthers. Last year, in 2019-2020, they went 35, 26, and 8, 78 points. That was good for 4th in the Atlantic, so nothing to laugh about. They were a +3 goal differential, though, so they were really either playing tons of tight games or just they got blown out and won games. Like, that's very, very rare that over 68 games you'd only have +3. That's something. But of course, they did get bounced by the New York Islanders in the play-in round, so they didn't even make the full playoffs. They didn't really make any huge splashes in the off season, so I think a lot of people didn't expect a lot from them. But yet, here they are. This season, they are 27-4 with a plus 18 goal differential in only 31 games played, and they currently sit second in both the Central and the league. Second in the league, the Florida Panthers. I don't know if I've ever said that before. And I've had a hard time believing that many people saw this coming. I think this is a surprise to almost everyone. The only thing bigger surprise, and this one unfortunately is on the disappointment side, and I think almost everybody everyone knows what this is, and it is unfortunately the Buffalo Sabres. In 2019-2020, they were respectable, 30-31-8. In the shortened 69-game season, they scored 195 while allowing 217, giving them a minus 22 goal differential. It's not great, that's for sure. But then they went and added a veteran center in Eric Stahl. Of course, the big free agent signing of Taylor Hall. And they also added another former Oiler in Tobias Reeder. So they added some bottom depth. And a lot of people thought that this might be good because a lot of people were also expecting Skinner to have a bounce back season. Not the season before, but the one before that, he had a 40-goal season. He's only one season removed at this point. Now it's looking a long time in the rearview mirror. They also thought, a lot of people thought Rasmus Dahlin was going to have a bounce back season or really step it up. Sorry, and that hasn't happened either. So far, it's clear that they're far from better. They're almost a lock to match an NHL record for the most consecutive postseason misses at 10. Can you imagine not making the playoffs for 10 years? Oh man. This season, in 30 games, they've still only won 6. 6 wins. They are 6-20-4 and a league worst minus 42 goal differential. And Jeff Skinner has only 2 goals and 1 assist for his $9 million contract. Just for context, that's more than Pasternak, that's more than McKinnon, and that's more than Draisaitl. So I think those other teams are definitely getting a far better bargain for their buck. And that's going to bring us to the end of this video. Let me know what you think. What are your biggest surprises, or who are your biggest disappointments? I liked the surprises more. I didn't really like bagging on Erik Karlsson like that, but man, those are some bad numbers. And we all have to remember that, of course, every single person on all these teams are way better a player than I ever was. So I'm definitely not taking them down a peg or anything. They're all great players, but this is just one of my opinion of the 5 biggest surprises and disappointments. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a like, a subscribe, share it around, do whatever you want with it. As always, I hope you guys have a great evening, and we'll see you in the next video.